What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andy and today I'm gonna be doing an update on TTOO stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on a price chart and how we get there. Also, I will show you how we caught this movement to the upside, and I have to say that this movement brought us about 85% of potential profit depending on your entry price, because my main target was set on the previous swing high. But in general, this asset went higher from its swing low from this point by almost 200%, and this is really impressive. And then I will show you fundamental news that might be a driver for this asset for upcoming days and weeks. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis, and I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video, let me show you, I made my previous video right here, somewhere at this point, and I've told you that we completed 5-wave structure. If you switch to daily or to hourly time frame, you can see more thoroughly this price action even on a 30 minutes time frame. You can see that we completed 5-wave structure to the upside, and that is why I pulled the Fibonacci retracement tool from its swing low to swing high, because 5 waves on a smaller scale, it is nothing else but a 1 wave on a bigger scale. And we have to see the retracement, and this retracement happened. On my previous video, I've told you that we didn't hit the golden pocket range. This means we still had this possibility, and I told you that you could accumulate your position with the tight stop loss right below the golden pocket range and with the price target of this previous swing high. And as you can see, it didn't break this range of support, and statistically the golden pocket range is the most probable range of trend reversal, and from this point it went higher. Let's assume that you entered your position, you probably couldn't quote the real bottom, but according to elevate wave theory, again, this is the perfect entry point on a golden pocket range. So let's assume that your average price was somewhere at the range of about 27 or 28 cents, and this means you could be up to this point for about 63%. Or you might be still up for about 163%. But if you caught this bottom in the golden pocket range, you definitely got the entire bank of 219%. And congratulations to all of you who took my call and who entered your position with the tight stop loss. It is a really impressive movement. So what was the reason of this movement to the upside? On my previous video, I've told you that this asset is not the best one from the fundamental standpoint, because if we take a look on a bigger picture, if we zoom out to a daily time frame, you can see that this asset is in consistent downtrend, and it had even the reverse stock split. Right before this, it lost about 70% of its value. And it is still in downtrend from this year alone, from the January of this year. It went lower by 94.95%, but right now it is right here at the negative 74% year to date. So what should we expect next from the technical standpoint? I will show you in just several minutes. And for now, let's continue with the fundamental news. Let me show you that we have a lot of news regarding this company. If you Google this TTOO stock and switch to news folder, you will find a lot of news. But the majority of them show you that this is quite risky asset, because it became the meme stock. And let me show you this. We are on stocktweets.com website. And this website tracks the activity of a retail community on certain assets, and this list shows basically the list of so-called meme stocks. And if you switch to most active section, you will find TTOO at the first place. And let me show you on the watchers section, it is on the first place as well. And do we have it on the trending section? No. It is not here, but these two sections is more than enough to have this type of price action. Let's switch again to hourly time frame. When this asset, as you can see, from its swing low, it went parabolically to the upside. Let me show you this news. We are on investorplace.com, and this article was published 5 days ago. And it's titled, T2 Biosystems stock is becoming the next Mullen. Another meme stock emerges, and not in a good way. So you have to know both sides of the coin, and this article shows that it is not the best company from the fundamental standpoint. I also showed you that according to their latest earnings report, that was basically quite decent report because they beaten expectations on earnings, but they missed it on revenue. And they have to say that the total amount of their revenue is not so high in general. It is less than $2 million. And for this type of company, for the biotech company, it is close to nothing. And definitely they have to have more money to continue its work. But the catalyst that was the driver of this movement to the upside is definitely the FDA approval and the anticipation of this approval. Let me show you this. Shares of Massachusetts-based T2 Biosystems surged another 30% this week on the meme stock interest. According to financial data provider Fintel.io, retail ownership has now risen over six-fold since last month. In a sense, T2's rapid ascent comes as no surprise. Shares of the healthcare firm have risen 110% since the start of August, a siren's call for meme investors. The firm also has 4 promising medical devices in its pipeline, several of which have FDA breakthrough device designations. To many non-healthcare investors, this sounds like a billion-dollar biotech waiting to happen. And I have to say that this company, you can see the author of this article compares T2 Biosystems with Mullen Automotive. And you know that I'm a bear on the Mullen Automotive company because it is an awful company from the investor standpoint, and I didn't dig deeper for the TTOO stock, but in general, the price action is quite similar if you compare it with the Mullen Automotive. It lost a lot of its value during this year alone. That is why, guys, I completely agree with the author of this article that you should pay closer attention to this stock, but it is not the best contender to invest your money into this company for the long period of time. So, and let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, what should we expect next? I have to say that this movement to the upside, despite its quite harsh percentage from its lowest point to its highest, it gained about more than 200%, but the volume is not the best one. This means it is very dependent stock, it is very dependent on the volume, and we might see the hard decrease in its price during next session. And what targets we might hit? I have to say that it is quite difficult to count, to make a breakdown according to Elliott wave theory. But in general, if we take a look from this swing low, as you can see, this was the first wave, this is the retracement to the second. And on the same scale like this one, we have probably, this is our first, second. It didn't break, as you can see, it didn't break this previous swing low. This, somewhere here, we might have the third wave. Probably we might have the retracement to the fourth and another leg to the upside. But in general, according to Elliott wave theory, the ratio in between first wave and the third wave is usually about 1.618. This means if I pull the Fibonacci extension from this bottom to this top and to the bottom of the retracement, as you can see, we are almost there, and it is the round number of 80 cents. This means we might have quite small leg to the upside for this wave, for the internal third wave, but we also have an opportunity to see this type of, I don't think that it might be the deepest one. And in this case, we might have a next leg to the upside that will complete the structure. But on the other hand, we might have the third wave somewhere here, then the fourth wave. And with the fifth wave, we could hit this range of resistance. And from this level, we might have a trend reversal. That is why I highly recommend you not to enter your long position, because if we take a look on the RSI, on the indicators, according to MACD, yes, we are quite bullish, but this parabolic movement is not the best one where you can enter your long position. If we switch to 4 hours time frame, we have an RSI that is hovering also at a quite high levels. But if we take a look on a daily time frame, we can clearly see the bearish divergence. And the bearish divergence is the pattern when you can see the lower highs on RSI, and yes, we don't have the curvature right here. We don't have the top, the second top. That is why it might break it even to the upside. And the bearish divergence is the lower lows on RSI with the higher lows on the price action. And yes, for now we are staying in line with this pattern. And this means I don't recommend you to enter this to enter the long position right now, but we might see this option in the upcoming sessions. So I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm back.